I'm now going to go through the requirements for the project. So the first one was objects and classes. So I used multiple classes in my project, and car being the main object that I used across each GUI. And then in car, for static methods and variables, I set up a static variable called car count, and this added each time a new car was added to the garage. And then I called that in the GUIs with its method to display it. So get car count. For inheritance, I use it across the classic, sports, and supercar class, which inherited from the car class. And then for interfaces, this is in the race class, so I set up two methods: start race, end race, and then I use it within the car class, implements a race, and depending on what make and model I would call it. For abstract class, the car class itself is an abstract class, and yeah, that sets up the blueprint for the classic car, sports car, and supercar. So I could use those variables and then add a perk to each type. And then for an inner class, I use track. So when you add a track to the race, it has multiple sectors, lengths, and difficulty for each sector, which is all here. And then I call it the GUI down here with this method. So for file handling, I mainly use that in the GUIs. So when the import button is pressed, you'd be asked to select a file, and that would read it, split it up, and then add it to the car object. So all the files were CSV files, and I also written to them by using an add button. So that got the data from each label and then added it to an object and then updated the file. Down here and here, and then updates the CSV file with the new data, and then the GUI, which is in these two classes, which took a long time. I found it difficult to organize the GUI in the way I wanted to. It took a lot of time, and I wouldn't like to do it again. It wasn't fun. And then another difficulty I had was using an inner class, my track. This took some time, especially trying to figure this method out to use it in the GUI itself. And then one more issue I had across the project was sending information from one screen to another. So from garage, send in sending the make, the model, the type, etc. to the other screen. It took me a while to figure that out for some reason, but I eventually got there. So I was able to send it over and then read it and set the text to each of the labels and so on. And that's all.